On second thought, I am the greatest motivational speaker in the world. I will have that position. I will have that title. I will help people. I will speak to people on a large scale. I will continue to help people to the best of my ability. One of the people that I was able to help since I've been doing motivational speaking and facilitating groups and classes and working with, I work with a lot of people, DOC people that the world probably gave up on, but I didn't, and God didn't, and I know He didn't. So, spent most of his life in prison for something, homicide. Still deals with nightmares, still deals with PTSD. And I'm telling you something. Today, he's one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. He changed his whole life. He changed his whole perspective. It's a question of what happened to you, not what did you do, right? Because circumstances lead up to behaviors. My circumstances can correlate my behaviors on any level, but I do believe that anybody can recover and change into a better person, a new version of themselves, and that they can overcome the obstacles of life, because the obstacles of life are insane. I never thought that whenever that I was walking 7th Street in Lexington, Kentucky, doing anything and everything for one more, that one day I'd be sitting here and I would have a whole new life and I'd have a whole new outlook and I'd be sober. I never imagined that in my whole entire history. I never thought for 1 second that I didn't have to do those things, those pitiful, incomprehensible things that I did out there. I never thought that I would have a chance for a future. I never thought that I would have a degree. I never thought that I would have my own house. I never thought that I wouldn't be under the ruling of a pimp. I had all those things when I was in my madness, and a lot of the women that I know didn't make it out of that. I can't pick and choose who makes it out of it. I can't pick and choose who gets a new way of life. I can't pick and choose what God does. I can only really dictate what I do, and how I change and how I grow. But I know one thing: whenever that God puts a calling over your life, whenever there's a purpose over your life, when things change for you, and please understand, I'm spiritual, not religious. I don't mean anything by that. I do have the ability to preach, teach, and counsel with all the wisdom that He gives. Eric Thomas, I'm coming for you. I woke up one day and God had called me, and I was like, well, you sure you want me? And I was so confused with my calling for so long. I couldn't understand why or what or how He could even use somebody like me. I was so confused, But today I know He had a purpose, because I've seen all of His good and His ability that He can do through me to other people. And I know that there's a way. If you just listen and you just continue with courage, patience, and perseverance for whatever it is that you want to do in life. Set a small goals, right? Set goals with purpose. And don't give up on yourself, because the number one thing that will get in your way is self-doubt. Right now I'm walking through fear. I have self-doubt. I have fear. And people probably think I'm so crazy because I'll get on a video or do whatever in my sweatshirts and my hair just throwed up and da-da-da, because I'm here to carry a message, not to look cute, because the thing about this world, there ain't nothing cute about it. There's a lot of real life stuff going on out there. Kids dealing with trauma. Adults dealing with trauma. I have been psychologically abused my whole entire life. And I left my psychological abusive home, my childhood home, and I stepped into a physical and a psychological abusive relationship with my ex-husband. Man, that's the things we do. That's the patterns we carry. I need to be able to understand my patterns and the why behind the what. The why behind the what happened to me. And how I understood that. So I'm just going to keep making videos, because I truly believe that God's leading me on this path to continue to carry a message, and I know He wants it. I know He wants it worldwide. He's told me for years and years and years, heaven, we're going somewhere, And I would always be like, okay, God, but I don't know, because we're always going to have that little bit of doubt. But then He shows your ability to open your mouth and use your brain. My brain has the ability to work some things out, work some circumstances out. The hardest thing to do is to be sitting in a situation, not understanding, what's happening, not understanding why. Why don't they love me? Why won't they change? Why won't they do something different? The misunderstanding and the misinterpretation of a why. One of the next hardest things you'll ever have to do is if anybody ever steps into a calling, stepping into a calling is a hard thing to do.